step in the place, just move. Yeah, move, move.
Look, man, I was searching for a better way, praying, hoping for a better day. Never quit, never hesitate. If it's a will, it's gotta be a way. Working fast food on the weekends, got a second job just to meet ends. Never quit though, I admit at times life seemed to be in pieces. I had to switch up the plan. Good at the can, created the brand, invested in self, flipped it to wealth. Look at me now, I got a few bands, yeah. The ones who hate it still working the same. They hit me and tell me they proud of me though. I'm sorry, not sorry, got nothing to say. Look. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me, say they ride with the brakes on. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me, say they ride with the brakes on. This way, look at me now. This free game, I'm breaking it down. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If not, it's easy to find your way out. Been running around with a chip on deck, making it happen, not what they expect. They gon' start hating when they see the check. Don't need you to like me, but need your respect. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me, say they ride with the brakes on. Too many went fake on me, too many went waste on me. Run around, throw the snakes on me, say they ride with the brakes on. Look this way, look at me now.
give them something to believe, they know I'm a master. It's all that I know. It's deep in my soul. It's my passion. I can never let it go. I know the highs and the lows. I know the times and the pros. Endure through it all. I'm a master. You better know it. Can't help but to show it. I make it look easy, man. Born to be a master. Can't stop and I won't stop. Forever I'll be on top. I can't stop and I won't stop. Yeah, keep going till the ball drop. Way before I was formless, it was predestined, I'd be on this. My spirit on fire for higher heights, and I'm reaching with these like an eagle's flight. Had to earn my stripes, had to take some L's. When taken out of my cells, went with the tide and I always prevailed. I stand just living proof. What's for you, it's for you. Don't worry about what the ops do. The higher power will push you through. Never weak, on the contrary. You're built to last while they temporary. When you succeed and they ask you how it's done, it's cause you're a master. They ask how I do it, how I'm stronger and faster. The only answer I know to give, I was born a master. Destined to achieve, they scream from the rafters. Rafters, rafters, they know I'm a master. It's all that I know. It's deep in my soul. It's my passion. I can never let it go. I know the highs and the lows. I know the times and the pros. Endure through it all. I'm a master. You better know it. Can't help but to show it. I make it look easy, man. Born to be a master. Can't stop and I won't stop. Forever I'll be on top. I can't stop and I won't stop. Yeah, keep going to the drop.
I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. Yeah, I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. I made it to the top. I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. Yeah, I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. Yeah, I made it to the top. Started from the bottom, hard times, yeah, I got 'em, but I made it to the top. Yeah, I made it to the top. I made it to the top.
Now I'm asking now, who want what? Who want what?
Let's make it live. Let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough.
Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what? Who want what?
Fourth quarter clock run out, that's when I'm active. Came up living hard, was sleeping without a mattress. I love the game, but it come with lots of drama and pain. Strife in my life, I promise it would've drove you insane. We not the same, I'm a different species, believe me. Blessings burst as my blessed mother conceived me. Stadium screaming my name again, it can get hectic. When I perform at this level, man, I feel electric.
Let's make it live. Let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough.
Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what? Who want what?
Let's make it live. Let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough.
Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what? Who want what?
Now why would you wanna come and test the kid who's been crowned as the champion and clearly best at this. You coming at me, I think you should assess the risk. Back it up and pack it up, find where the exit is. Whether it's tip off or kick off, I dominate. Been a goat in this game so long, I think it's time you hate. And let's be clear, I want the rings and the legacy. Smother the competition, I never ever let them breathe. Nah,
Let's make it live. Let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough.
Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what? Who want what?
Let's make it live. Let's get it up. To just survive, it's not enough.
Went through the fire, emerged, and it was tough. Now I'm asking now, who want what? Who want what?
You ain't ready for this. I'm the best they ever had. The people want more. I get the people with their ass. You ain't ready for this. I'm the best they ever had. The people want more. I get the people with their ass. I'm next. I'm now. I'm it. I'm forever. I'm the one. It don't get no better. I'm next. I'm now. I'm it. I'm forever. I'm the one. It don't get no better. I really got the juice. I really got the sauce. I really am a boss. The way that I be going off. What's the recipe? Less of you and a lot of me. My game so quality. My team hit the lottery. Broom, start your engines. I'm back with a vengeance. They yell my name like they taking attendance. See, when I do it, I make a difference. Your swag missing. You don't belong. Go and crawl with the infants. I'm who they here to see. I'm on fire like 3rd degree infirmary. Cause I'm so ill, I need surgery. I'm hot, put me out, cause I really burn it down. Aw, girl, you really done it now. You ain't ready for this. I'm the best they ever had. The people want more, I get the people with their ass. You ain't ready for this. I'm the best they ever had. The people want more, I get the people with their ass. To the max, to the max, turn me to the max, to the max, turn me to the max, to the max, turn me to the max, to the max. You want more? I got more. You need more? Here's more. You want more? I got more. You need more? I give you more. I'm next, I'm now, I'm it, I'm forever. I'm the one, it don't get no better. I'm next, I'm now, I'm it, I'm forever. I'm the one, it don't get no better. Winner. 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 Flexing like a winner. 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 Flexing like a winner. 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 Look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at me, look at me,
chosen, we the kings, we the leaders in the ring. They can't tell us not a thing. Yeah, we running the game.
We're coming in strong, and you will not forget it. We're here to take you on, and we can fight and we defend it. We never looking back, we focused on the road. We didn't come to play, and now we never let it go. Yeah, we wanna take it higher. Light it up like we on fire. Yeah, we wanna take it higher. At the top, we be singing like the choir. Yeah, we building the empire. We the chosen, we the kings, we the leaders in the ring. They can't tell us not a thing. Yeah, we running the game, we came to win. We're coming in strong, and you will not forget it. We're here to take you on, and we can fight and we defend it. We never looking back, we focused on the road. We didn't come to play, and now we never let it go.
Are you ready?
It's game time, raise the stakes time, and I'ma make the climb and change the straight line. Yeah. From next side, we ain't the same kind. You going with the flow, I control like Poseidon. Now, who's ready to win? Confetti over your legacy, let it begin. Cause I came from gold trophies and fame, they gon' notice me. I'ma take my story from pain to pure poetry. Gotta grind from the start to the finish line, from the winning side.
And at the wing is Austin day all day, every day.
See the crowd coming down, who's the king now? Got them coming down, who's the king now?
Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No. Are you ready?
All 这首 Drop the Queens。
Cameras rolling. Queen stand by. Ready, set, glow. We do our thing, we choose our way. 不为谁的声音迎后退。They can talk, let them say. 我们掌握 every day. We put in sweat and tears, taking it to another gear. Every step, every beat, 这一刻属于我们自己。No doubt in our hearts, no fear. We earn every second here. 双手举高节奏拉快 Watch us take the night. Shine on, shine on. 你我此刻在发光 Feel the heat, feel the beat. 节奏移动全场跟上 Shine on, shine on. Under lights we stand tall. When we glow the game turns on. Queen shine on all night long. 新装 game day lights come on 黑黄一片要 stand up 新北 rise now we crown the city no surprise we always ready let's go kings together we'll fight side by side we own this night 当我们闪耀全场点燃感受女王的力量 Shine on 你我时刻在发光 Feel the heat feel the beat 节奏移动全场跟上 Shine on shine on Under lights we stand tall When we glow the game turns on Queen shine on all night long Heartbeats racing Try to behave 呼吸变重快要失控 Queens move different Never rush the lights come on Time to crush Shine on shine on 你我此刻在发光 Feel the heat feel the beat 节奏移动全场跟上 Shine on shine on Under lights we stand tall When we glow the game turns on Queen shine on all night long Shine on Shine on
现场的球迷朋友们，最大的掌声加点调，献给我们的新北国王啦啦队 New Taipei Queens。
All right， 新卫军，你们准备好了吗？接下来为你们介绍客队新北中信特工登入名单。球衣背号3号林安龙，球衣背号7号魏家豪，球衣背号12号林任宏，球衣背号14号曾信武，球衣背号19号马可，球衣背号22号黄宏汉，球衣背号24号简平照，球衣背号76号曾文鼎，球衣背号77号李佩晨。接下来为您介绍新北中信特工先发球员，球衣背号0号阿巴西，球衣背号10号谢雅轩，球衣背号11号内马，球衣背号16号林伟汉，球衣背号18号菲克。董事长陈国恩，领队杨淑慧，总经理刘志威，总教练莫米尔，助理教练尤维查、泽维奇，球员发展教练许时清。
好的，现在呢，邀请我们现场的球迷朋友们将目光移向上方大荧幕，一起来欣赏新北国王季后赛形象片。
They believed they understood our story, believed they had seen the ending. We faced challenges, forced us to adapt, to adjust, to trust each other, to become something new. Still our crown, and the rain don't stop.
出手，是一个财炸弹。
心中城堡的各位 ，Are you ready？ 接下来进场的是新北国王，首先为各位介绍 Number 2， 这是苏培凯。背号10号微笑射手 DJ 简佑哲 ，Number 11皇家坦克王柏芝 ，Number 12攻守一体新北飞林彦廷。背号13号皇家狙击手男模吕正如 ，Number 19皇家大锁胖哥吕金宝 ，Number 20警卫军弓箭手来的熊祥泰 ，Number 25警卫军高炮塔。奶奶 ，Austin， 对。Number 26，皇家的未来之星乔纳森 ，It's time。接下来为各位介绍新北国王先发5人 ，Starting。Number 0， 禁卫军的带刀侍卫 John Harris， 背号17号，再来一盘我打苏醒苏世轩 ，Number 42， 新北的战斗陀螺 Jason Washburn。Number 9， 新北飙风玫瑰李凯燕 ，Finally Number 1， 左右开弓求助力李书伟。总教练洪志善，助理教练 Thomas Whiteman， 林正宇、李维恩，上队的孩子魏维，球队经理洪志虎，球队助理李文轩，球队辅导员 Lieutenant， 首席体能教练张崇熙，球队助理教练赵德，公务员邱博凯、吴崇豪，总经理毛家恩，执行长陈信生，董事长王文祥。
I'm the man again, walk out of Louis and look like a mannequin. All the store management wanna know how much I spend, yeah.
现场的球迷朋友们，让我们一样再把目光呢放到我们的场中央。接下来呢，我们要带大家一起来复习我们新北国王的应援教学。接下来让我们掌声欢迎新北国王最强的后盾，也就是我们的新北国王啦啦队 New Taipei Kings， 欢迎我们的女王们来到我们的场中央。OK， 我们女王已经就位 ，Come on。Let's go, we got it ready, get it ready. OK， 现在呢，我们一样邀请大家一起拿起你们的拍拍扇，拿起你们的声音。等一下呢，我们一起来复习我们新北国王的应援教学。首先呢，我们第一个呢要来复习的就是我们的 防守。等一下呢，邀请大家可以把你们的声音拿出来，一起喊出来，跟着节奏一起敲打。让我们提得上，让我们防守一起来 ，Let's go！ 防守，防守，防守，防守，防守，防守，防守，防守。That's right， 这就是我们的防守。接下来呢，在进攻的时候，你们会听到胖胖胖胖胖新北国王。没错，新北国王的部分交给你们喊节奏。
Good evening, fans, wherever you are, however you're streaming, you're watching TPBL playoffs. This is the play-in series game 2 between the CTBC DEA and the reigning champions of TPBL, New Taipei Kings. We are live here at Xinzhuang Gymnasium. It is the Inner City Series. Taylor Chen on the broadcast tonight, and it is my pleasure to introduce you all to English commentator Ryan Chen on the broadcast with us for the first time. Welcome to TPBL.
Thanks for the warm welcome, Taylor. Got to bring it because these two teams need a good effort to continue their season in the TPBL playoffs.
Absolutely. This is their first time ever that both teams have entered into the play-in series. Now, I've looked into Taiwan Pro Ball basketball, and there has only been 1 year where one team advanced just by 1 game. So that was the Taiwan Beer Hero Bears against the Leopards back in 2022. So tonight, though, everything is on the line for the New Taipei Kings as we take a look at the current playoff standings. The Tolerant Taiwan Beer Leopards will be waiting either today or tomorrow. Now, this is also our back-to-back series. Usually we get a day off in between the play-in series, so that's a lot of work, especially the New Taipei Kings and the DEA. They had just played against each other on our last regular season match on Sunday afternoon. Now, the Lioneers and the Formosa Dreamers, they will be playing up next on May 9th. They will be playing in the Group B series, while, as I mentioned before, the Taiwan Beer Leopards will be waiting on between the 4th and 5th seed tonight. So let's see if the Kings can reign supreme in today's game or the CTBC DEA can close it out tonight. Will DEA eliminate the Kings, or can the Kings stay in the series? Kings had just 1 shot in the no-charge semi-circle last game. They must improve their inside game as they have struggled all season long against the CTBC DEA. They are 1-5 overall in the season. As we will talk to before the game, we sat down with Coach Momir Radkovic as well as Hong Si-san before the game, asking them to evaluate their overall performances, particularly for Hong Si-san. It's been a very inconsistent season, particularly starting off with a different head coach early onwards of John Patrick getting released in mid-November, whereas for Mo Radkovic, there's a lot of pressure on him for the line, bringing back many talented players onto the DEA team.
The biggest reason, I think, is our defense. 5 games from 6, we play very good defense, and we didn't allow the Kings to score more than 90 points, and I think that was the key. Strong and tough defense, and I think that every time when we play good defense against them, when we stop their ideas and their main players, I think that's the biggest reason why we won the games. And I believe we will do the same today. That's our goal. We'll see. Like I said before, on Sunday, quarterfinal playoff start, and that was the first game of playoff best of 3. And our mentality, I believe, will be the same. We didn't do too much adjustments. Only difference what they played today with a small import. That is something that we expect, and we did some small adjustment. But mentality, I believe, it will be the same like last time. Because playoff is already for us from Sunday.
So as for the DEA's defense, I think the best thing that they do is corral the new Taipei Kings dribble penetration, force them to play a lot of one-on-one offense, making the game a lot easier. The new Taipei Kings, as Coach mentioned, making a change with their imports. Jalen Harris getting the head nod for this game. We'll see if he can help start some creation on the new Taipei Kings offensive end.
Now for Hong Zhi-san, the league asked him, this is his first time in the play-in series. Now looking back on the overall season, what were the biggest hurdles?
看球员谁先掀开这个压力锅吧，因为过往不是没有这种经验。我觉得球队经历过冠军赛这种压力，其实背水一战对于这种压力，其实我觉得是差不多的，只是说看哪一个球员会先跳出来掀开这个压力锅。应该这么说，印象深刻应该是我接到总教练那一刻。 对，然后你说变化，就是因为太多，突然临时换总教练，然后洋将受伤，然后新洋将又需要磨合，然后我们有3个杯赛要打，所以中间需要太多不一样的化学反应。对，所以我觉得这是对我们一整季来说，我觉得最大就是变化太大，所以会造成起伏不定。
So as he mentioned also, he had become the interim head coach, and that was the biggest adjustment that he had to deal with all throughout the season. Now talking about that, he also mentioned the in and out or the turnover for the import players. So having to adjust to the rotation as well as having to compete in EASL as well as BCL. So they also have to travel out to Ulaanbaatar to play the Chinggis Broncos on May 8th.
Yeah, the new Taipei Kings, if you count teams with fielding 3 full imports, they have the second most combinations behind the Kaohsiung Aquas. So I think they've done a good job to at least right the ship from a very sluggish 4-win, 7-loss start. You can give them the credit that and for winning the game on Saturday, because if they lost on Saturday, Sunday's game would have been moot anyway. So you can kind of think they've already been in playoff mode all weekend long.
Yeah, absolutely. Hong Zhi-san also mentioned that, the team, or he will look on to the players with playoff experience, particularly see who can actually overcome the pressure of the play-in series again. This is our first time that we are witnessing a back-to-back. So if the Kings manage to win tonight, they're going to have to win back-to-back 2 in a row. So that is not an easy task to take on, as we have tonight's starting 5 for CTBC, DEA, Ling Wei Han, Xie Yashuan, Eric, Mohamed Al-Bashir Gadiaga, Victor Gadifers, as well as Nemanja Radovic. Gets the game start today for the new Taipei Kings. It's Joseph Lin, Lee Kai-yan Kyle, Jalen Harris in the active roster, Su Sixuan Sushi, as well as their big Jason Washburn. Back-to-back import player of the year. Definitely going to need his playoff experience on the court. As I said, everything is on the line for the Kings tonight.
Man, but what a way to get one of those must-win games. Jalen Harris, is that right? The triple-double, his first time with the new Taipei Kings, after many already highlight-worthy performances, including his Issei Super League debut.
Definitely. He scored, I believe it was against the Tauren Taiwan Beer Leopards, where he also tied at the time with the TPBL record high of 42 points. As we get started in the play-in series, technically called Game 2, as the CTBC DEA have an automatic W in said series. The Kings in black as Jalen Harris punishes the Ram to get things started.
Well, a change in personnel perhaps also means a change in scheme. They put Joseph Lin on ball, Harris off ball, at least for possession. The back screen, which you might see a lot more of through the course of the game.
The DEA controlled the entirety of their Sunday game, 111 to 84 points. That's the biggest point differential between the two teams, 24 points total, as we just saw the highlight out of Jalen Harris.
And starting out strong is definitely something I noted down. Every single start of quarter for yesterday's game, or the game day a couple days ago, was strong for the DEA. They made 7 of 8 field goals for 18-4 lead. Quarter 2, it was the penalties and the fouls. Quarter 3, it was the rebounds. And then quarter 4, at least a little bit better, just an and one.
For sure, as we move on, Lee Kai-yan gets called the pushing foul. 5 seconds remain. Al-Bashir pulls the trigger off target, and Jalen Harris, he's got the bounce, fights for the, well, not really much of a fight, but he gets the rebound over for the new Taipei Kings. Again, rejects the screen, kick out to Susu Shren, and he dials in and he gets the answer. He had a season high against the Taoren Taiwan Beer Leopards on Saturday, 19 points. Really been relegated as the role player for the Kings. There's the help defense on Radovic, trying to find his man, Xie Yashren. Too high of a pass, Bashir with the touch, 5 seconds again. They're killing the time. Here comes Radovic from the wing. Valiant attempt by Ling Wei Han.
Yeah, supposedly you would think in a trouble situation you at least have the point guard get a touch, but a loose ball means the DEA have to go with a scramble offense. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's Al-Bashir on Harris, different from yesterday. He was guarding Joe.
Washburn, tough luck there. That goes around and out. Score currently 5-0. No look pass out to Radovic from up top. The misdial there. So for the DEA, if the Kings take the win, the stadium will transform over to the DEA homestand. As of right now, it is technically the Kings homestand as Radovic lays the groundwork for the first bucket.
One thing to pay attention, the DEA imports, especially this trio, very good finishing around the basket, either hand, and a lot of times on the reverse layup.
Showing a lot of versatility on the DEA side. They did bring Marko Tordovic, which, unlike the regular season, he is coming off the bench tonight. They've put Gadifers and Radovic on the starting five. Xie Yashren off of Gadifers, screen, getting nothing but net. Thank you very much. 5-all score is now.
Yeah, Xie Yashren has developed a lot in how to attack on the pick and roll. He's not a dribble drive to the rim guy like Al-Bashir, but that mid-range pull-up is his bread and butter.
A lot of chemistry on the DEA side, but there's a long-time chemistry between Joseph Lin and Lee Kai-en right there.
You know, people might be coming into this series thinking Joe is not having as big of an influence, but I think if he can contribute, focus on being a facilitator, I think that's really the way to go for him. He had the first alley-oop assist, and then that time on the wing side. He might not need to score a bunch of points, but trying to get involved by getting as far as he can to the hoop, create some opportunities for his teammates. I think that's what the focus should be on.
Definitely, he is just behind Ding Shengru in terms of leading in assists. Ding Shengru has taken the title this season. He also hit a new TPBL record earlier in the year before it got surpassed by Ding Shengru, 15 assists against the Hsinchu Lioneers. There's a downhill pass to Jason Washburn. Too short, he has yet to make a bucket tonight. Here comes Wei Han, coast to coast. No entry allowed by Joseph Lin. 13 seconds on the clock. Bashir finding outside Wei Han with the last touch. No good. Joseph Lin coming through with it. So they call it on Ling Wei Han just now. That's the DEA's first team foul. And Tordovic comes in for Gadifers early on. Controls the boards for the DEA team. He leads in the season in rebounds. Just recently taking the title, averaging 13 rebounds per game. 10 seconds remain on the shot clock. Back outwards to Lee Kai-en. Still no dice.
At least to start the game, DEA very aggressive with some blitches, hard hedges against the ball screens. A little different look from Sunday night.
So Bashir trying to settle down his teammates. Pass went a little bit too far out of bounds, back over to King's side. A very different season for DEA as opposed to last year. The record was actually completely flipped, where the Kings dominated the DEA 5-1 last year. That is without Bashir. Marko Tordovic only playing 6 games before leaving due to familial issues at home. Stepping back with a 3, Bashir just shy of the hoop.
That time, not a single time of paint touch by DEA.
They get another chance. Jalen Harris sent back. Still Kings possession. Wayhan's fingers just grazes the ball, making the last touch.
New Taipei Kings coming into this game with a lot more energy, a lot more desire, as they're winning the rebounding margin early on. The DEA look a little bit stymied. They needed to pick it up, even if they're only down by 2 points, but the early going signs pointing for the guys in black and gold.
14 seconds on the clock. Harris to Sushu. Washburn not set in his position. He comes in for the long range 2 and gets the answer.
Yeah, kind of rare to see Washburn do a personal one-on-one move, but hey, made him look good.
There you go. He finally gets his first bucket. Just about halfway through the first quarter. Sheyashran back with it, curls in and gets the scoop.
Yeah, actually the DEA kind of looked like the new Taipei Kings there. A lot of drive and kick, not a many handoff, ball screens.
Now we're seeing Ryder Shang in the game for Joseph Lin, and Jalen Harris gets called the travel.
Good help defense by Ding Wei-han, reading it from the weak side nail, jumping in front. If he was a beat late, definite foul, but when you're on time, the defense gets rewarded.
We have our first timeout in the play-in series. So current score is 9-7. New Taipei Kings with a single possession lead. We'll be right back with more TPBL.
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot. That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
The Hunting Party on AXN.
I had always wanted to be a lawyer.
You are doing what you were meant to do.
We represent people on the worst day of their lives.
That hospital killed my boy.
Let us help you.
We're going against the biggest firm in the state.
Mr. Baird, I look forward to some more friendly sparring.
His client is guilty of criminal conspiracy.
Donnie Ray Black was murdered. They knew about it. They covered it up.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
The Rainmaker on AXN.
没错，帅哥就是你，就是你，不要怀疑 ，Yes， 就是你。Yes!
You're watching TPBL powered by AXN Sports on AXN Asia and AXN Taiwan. Ryan Chen and Taylor Chen presenting to you the play-in series game 2 right now. Everything is on the line for the Kings. Pocket pass over to Gatterford. And a quick jam for the DEA out of the called timeout, or the TV timeout.
Yeah, that's more like the DEA. First, the initial ball screen on the right side, then a quick two-man game on the two-man left side, an easy look.
Jalen Harris off mark and back over to DEA side. Gatterford is coming through. Whistle calls. Jalen Harris will get the foul.
Yeah, a little bit of odd spacing, and Harris trying to gamble there. If it was basketball, then obviously they're going the other way. You look, Gatterford rolling actually the previous play. easily on the baseline. Kings don't have a counter there when you allow the dribble to go middle.
DEA's got 15 seconds on the shot clock. Mahan will lob it outwards to Twardovic. Big guy, but he can actually shoot from the outside three as that ball forces to a turnover over to the Kings. Cayenne slick with it off the screen and gets the floater in. Finds the bottom. Score is 9-all, 11-9 now.
One of the original members of the new Taipei Kings so many years ago, and he's been through many of the battles that they have, including what by my count, a league high and a island-wide high of 180-ish games in 3 seasons as a squad.
Shot clock violation for the CTBC DEA. Ball movement, but not much decision making there. Good defense on the new Taipei Kings.
Lee Cayenne's developed such a good mid-range dribble pull-up shot. That time actually going side to side. Usually he's much better with the downhill pick and roll and then the big into the drop coverage, shooting straight up. But that time going to the corner as DEA have a little bit of ball pressure with substitutes coming in.
Li Yanting checks into the game, and Wei Jiahao for the DEA comes in. Kangaroo, Jalen Harris dials in, and he gets the answer.
Harris brings something that a lot of his teammates don't quite have, is the extra plus range.
Bashir tries to answer back, just off mark. Jiahao hands it off back over to the import. Susustrand often tasked to guard Gaddefers. He'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, Gaddeford is a big man who loves the dribble drive, so that's why immediately as he caught the basketball, the Kings were sending a double team, because if the double comes too late, he's already at the rim. Not like a slower big man who was going to pound the ball, pound the rock on the post 3 or 4 times before you can send the double and catch him. You got to get there early to help out Susustrand in this last case.
Yeah, really knows how to take advantage of the new Taipei Kings. He averages 19 points against the reigning champions, where his average is 13 points per game. One of the 7 import players to hit the triple-double stats. That was earlier in the season, back in October 25th.
Looks like a lane violation on the offense.
DEA subbing in Jianting Zhao TJ for Xie Yaxuan. The most accurate shooter coming off the bench. Coming in for offense, he's hitting those shots from the outside, 42% overall in the season. Wei Jiahao tasked to guard the import player. That 3 is off, and Gaddefers picks up a rebound. There's a kick out. 9 seconds left, and they call another travel. 2 travel calls already in the game, and Gaddefers is getting quite chirpy against Susustrand.
Yeah, claiming that Susustrand said something to him first. The DEA have set up consecutive possessions where they're trying to get Gaddeford on Susustrand, and Susustrand not backing down. But we have a personnel change. Let's see if that matchup continues in the next possession.
Austin Day checks into the game. The new Taipei Kings just hosted his retirement ceremony on Sunday. So a lot is on the line, because look, the Kings want to prove themselves and want to move on to the playoffs and to prove that they are worthy of that, especially with Austin Day retiring after this season. Quick changeover back to DEA. And Jolin is also returns to the game. Jolin tasked to guard Bashir. And patient with it, Bashir gets to finish off the glass.
They actually set up Al-Bashir against Joseph on the post-up early in Sunday's game, but they did go to it hardly at all through the course of the game. Let's see if more of a repeat.
Hook, line, and sinker. Jalen Harris gets the and one.
One thing that Harris, besides the outside shooting, could do is on these mismatches is so good at going to the basket on the big, can finish with either hand and in space, and if he needs to, go into that reserve tank for the extra hops as he demonstrated in the first play.
Well, Harris was a late signing for the new Taipei Kings. So as Hong Joo-san mentioned before, had a lot of turnovers or turnarounds. And I would say one of the biggest challenges that the Kings, I would say, had to face was losing Sonny Sakakini, if anything, because we expected Manny Gall to be gone. Jeremy has retired, but Sonny Sakakini, he was having a career season. And so, unfortunately, the ACL tear in their EASL campaign really halted things, and I think that really altered the trajectory of the Kings. 2 minutes remain. Ryder Shum from the corner. He loves that spot.
Yeah, I missed his first attempt, but then knocked down this one in transition. I think you make a good point, Tay, because Sakakini, many seasons in Taiwan and a number of seasons with the Kings, so he's got a deep connection, not only on the court, but as a locker room presence. Rebounding foul, but at the same time, reminders to Austin Day, who was the player that was fouled. So, look, as we expected, the intensity dialed up. Sunday night's game ended up being a blowout. The new Taipei Kings, you could consider giving second life. Like we said, they had to win on Saturday, so winning 2 straight, not an easy task, but given a day off, maybe a chance to refocus and refill that tank to try to go in the playoffs.
Definitely. They had the opportunity. Had they won all 3 of their games, the first one against the Hsinchu Lineers, Leopards, and as well as the DEA, well, they could have been in a more advantageous position. They could have been at 4th place right now. But in the meantime, Jason Washburn rolls in. He's got 4 points on the board now.
Yeah, great dribble by him.
Off the screen, Chen Tingzhao, no answer. Pocket pass to Tordovic. Reset kick out. 6 seconds remain. And Jason Washburn right there to pick it up. Quick pass off to Joseph Lin, and he sinks it. Finds the bottom of the net. And they take on the first quarter, 24-12, 33 seconds remain in the first.
Now the Kings actually shot the 3-ball, not below their average, but not absolutely down in the pits against the DEA during the regular season. If they're going to get hot tonight, the DEA was going to have to change up their strategy and more opportunity to score inside the paint, as the keys to the game noted before our broadcast got into the game action.
It's a very different start for the new Taipei Kings compared to Sunday's game. As we'll have Tordovic at the line.
Now coming into this matchup and this import combination, by my research, it's only the 5th, now 6th game that the new Taipei Kings going without like a dribble pull-up jump shooting forward like Gardner, like Olajobi. Well, their pace actually in those games slows down, 86 possessions per game compared to 90. Yet in this game so far, it looks like they're really turning up the tempo, getting the stop and then taking advantage of that outside 3 shot in transition.
Tordovic, a 70% free throw shooter. DEA trying to close it out tonight to advance to the Group A series against the Leopards, while the Kings force themselves having to win back-to-back games tonight and perhaps tomorrow evening. 23 seconds, final possession for the Kings and DEA run a full court press on the men in black. Can't really hear it on our mics, but if you can, if it picks it up, the DEA bench quite vocal on our side of the baseline. Jalen Harris, with no entry allowed, swings it over to Joseph Lin. He pulls up for the 2. That goes high up and back over to the landlord, Zewon Ding. And at the logo, just shy as we conclude the first quarter as the Taipei Kings, they start off strong so far in the game, 24-14. So we will be right back to get things started in the second quarter. Stay tuned for more TPBL.
Up in silk and sunlight, blessings all around my life. Checks in my name, they multiply. I breathe abundance, I'm divine. Everything I touch turns gold. Everything I want unfolds. I get paid for being me. I'm the proof, my faith is a luxury. I'm rich, I'm blessed, I'm free. Abundance lives in me. Everything I touch turns luxury. Money's obsessed with me. 444 on the clock, that's aligning. Every step I take is diamond. Money loves me, I'm magnetic. Luxury is my new aesthetic. 444 on the clock, that's aligning. Every step I take is diamond. Money loves me, I'm magnetic. Luxury is my new aesthetic.
Alright， 现场的球迷朋友们，最大的掌声给我们的新北国王啦啦队 New Taipei Kings。
This English broadcast is brought to you by AXN Sports. You are watching the play-in series game 2. CTBC DEA play the new Taipei Kings. A win for them tonight will close things out for the series. And for the Kings, if they manage to survive tonight, they'll have one more game to win tomorrow evening. There's a downhill pass to Jason Washburn. Little fumble there between him and Ling Wei Han. Back over to DEA.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky as Jason Washburn trying to get the basketball. Ling Wei Han back turn toward the action, and the ball ends up out of bounds as Washburn's reaching for kind of a comedic moment. If it wasn't for such a serious game, we've got to correct ourselves.
Oh, yes. Very professional, very serious, very professional. A lot on the line for the new Taipei Kings. Left wide open, Tordovic's shot.
Man, things are getting even tighter for the DEA. Coming into this game in the regular season, they closed on a 4-game winning streak, averaging 111 points per game. Slower pace, but super high efficiency. Not so much to start this one.
And Jason Washburn puts Tordovic in the rinse cycle there. The jumper for Xie Yashuan is good. The floater finds the bottom.
Typically, Xie Yashuan is moving from baseline to baseline, sideline to sideline, but if he's going to be ISO'd and the best option, why not?
Joseph Lin said, whatever you could do, I could do better. He's got some work to do. They're behind 10 points, and Jason Washburn forces a turnover, and he comes through with a monster jam. And just like that, Coach Momir Ratkovic calls for the timeout as the new Taipei Kings are pulling ahead in this game, even more so, 30-16. So in the meantime, we'll have our first break early on in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
You've been selected to join an elite CIA FBI fusion cell.
Special Agent Goodman, Colin Glass. You're a spy.
Well, nothing gets past the feds, does it? We got work to do.
Let me work outside the box and cut through the red tape. Think of me as a legal criminal. I know I look like a Boy Scout, but I don't really trust anyone. Those are the only people worth trusting.
CIA. Series premiere May 13th on AXN.
Have you ever told a lie? Are you serious? Wasn't lying part of the job description of CIA? My partner can be a little by the book.
FBI, open up.
You guys work in the open, we work in the shadows.
Well, we both do it to keep our country safe.
Exactly.
Nice work, partner.
CIA. New series Wednesdays at 9:45. Only on AXN.
Coach Momir Radkovic calling for a timeout early on in the second quarter. 10 minutes, 30 seconds remain. And just like that, the new Taipei Kings have already forced the DEA to commit 5 turnovers. Current score now 30-16, DEA with possession after the called timeout. Washburn controlling the boards. They've already outscored the DEA in the paint 14-8. And there's another floater by Joseph Lin, and here comes Tortovic. He corrals the rebound.
You know, coming into this play-in series, what's being talked about, DEA with the head-to-head major advantage, 5 wins to 1 loss. But the 1 win for the Kings a week after a loss when they played each other 3 times in the month of December.
Radovic beats out the one-on-one against Austin Day, but no call made by the referees. He looked a little frustrated. Transitioning back over to defense, Joe Lin coming through, trying to find Washburn. Bobbled out of bounds, still Kings ball.
Yeah, that was what I was opening up this broadcast with. I believe if Joe can be a facilitator, but bring the ball closer to the basket, to be an effective facilitator and help out his teammates. As you see, Radovic with a good big man moves. Backboard is your friend.
And particularly because, you know, Joseph Lin has been a little bit quiet, and Austin Day trying to make a logo shot there, no good. The last 2 games, Joseph Lin has been really cold from out in the perimeter, as Ling Wei Han, trigger happy from up top, gets the 3, and Hong Zhi-san now calling up for the timeout.
Yeah, this now.
Early call timeouts from both coaches. Now, despite this being Hong Zhi-san's first ever season being a head coach for a pro men's basketball team, he does have coaching experience with the Yangming High School girls. He is currently the assistant coach. They won their HBL title just a couple weeks back.
Right out of timeout, a zone look for the DEA.
From up top, Jalen Harris just off mark.
It's actually surprising to see the New Taipei Kings try some zone on Sunday. The DEA defensive strategy works. I don't think they will stick to too much zone defense with the threat of Harris on the outside.
Trying to chase down Xie Yashin, but he's quick with it. And just like that, the DEA are only behind by 8 points now. It's still a game.
That's how you know a shooter is being counted on to create more. When Xie Yashin's attacking from the wing, even closer to the top, more so than the wing closer to the corners.
Washburn not setting in his place, finds Yenting, dials in, and there you have it. That's his first three tonight.
Despite the Kings offense being a little bit stagnant, they spaced out right, and just as the DEA player came to offer up a little bit of support, that was the open man.
Contested shot. No good for Ling Wei Han. There's a coast-to-coast pass back out to Jalen Harris, and Wei Han with maximum effort, but little too late.
Yeah, Wei Han starting this game a little bit cold, shooting the basketball 1 for 6 so far on the contest. But those are good looks, so can't really deny the effort that's going into it. Right now, just looking for better results.
It's a numbers game in a way. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Off of Washburn's screen. Washburn from the long range gets nothing but air. Ooh, Jalen Harris with the gamble. Trying to get the steal off of Bashir. Downhill pass to Radovic off the glass, and one and done for number 11.
Man, an impressive score, because the help defense was crashing in. It might have been a guard, so not maybe as challenging as what initially looked on live here in person.
So we'll see Radovic at the free throw line for the first time. Lee Kai-in returns to the game for Yente, or as they call him, Ernest. So Ryan and I, we briefly talked to the Kings' GM, James Mao. He mentioned that, a couple of these young players that they picked up will be huge in the future for the Kings organization, as typically we see in the past couple of seasons, they're very experienced, long in the tooth, as we say. So bringing in the young point guards, particularly from Ryder Shung and Yenting, will be great down the line, as Jalen Harris will have now 9 points on the board.
As a off-ball foul is called. I think it's a good point, but to be fair for the New Taipei Kings, they have been in championship contention. The pressure has been up, and they have been last season's #1 regular season team. So the fall off, considering they have so many more games to play than their counterparts in the TPBL, it's kind of understandable that maybe some fatigue, especially to Joe, especially to Kyle and the imports, is probably a part explanation to how they couldn't really jet rocket themselves into a higher position during the regular season.
Yeah, you mentioned that they've played over 180 games, as Xie Yashin tries to beat the clock there.
Yeah, Kings, that is, caught the DA with Gaddaford as the open shooter on the outside, so one extra ball rotation, still a good contest.
Ooh, Jason Washburn hanging off the rim, and Lee Kai-in will get the credit for the assist.
And what a brilliant pass right out of the reach of the DA defenders. Seems like 3 or 4 hands could have got the deflection.
That's the playoff experience that the Kings need right now. Sushishren gets it back to Joseph. Just grazing the line, back over to Washburn. Sushishren, just short. Valiant attempt though for number 17. No look pass. And over Jason Washburn, that rattles in and down.
Yeah, Al-Bashir was dazzling us with some dribble drives and dunks in his younger days. I bet he could still do it, but developing the floater has really been an excellent counter that he can use at any time.
Ooh, that is a tough break for Jason Washburn. That goes halfway in and out. Bashir with a Euro step off the glass into the ring. He heard you talking. He's got 6 points on the board.
I mean, really not much fault we can put on Jason Washburn for that real close miss, but they always say missed layup on one end equals a layup on the other.
The score now 37-29. There's a handoff back out to Lin. Now he'll come in for the dribble drive, kick out to Cayenne. There's the floater once again, and he drains it. So not too many dribble penetrations between Joseph Lin and Cayenne lately. So lately they've been depending more on their floaters, and they're pretty good about those consistently, as Radovic will now have 10 points on the board. He leads in scoring overall.
Yeah, but the most important thing is the threat of the dribble drive, which will leave mid-ranges and then eventually three-pointers open.
Reset, Joseph Lin. Looked good until it didn't.
I think it's in the flow of the offense. You're still going to take Joseph Lin, who's been a multiple champion in different leagues, so eventually you trust that he's going to find the mark.
It's definitely coming through. Xie Yashren is in his bag. And just like that, Venti will call for his second timeout in the quarter. And just like that, the deficit has been closed now to just a 4-point lead for the new Taipei Kings.
Yeah, if you notice what's been on the court is basically the starters for the two squads. So a concerning mark if you're the new Taipei Kings, hence this second timeout. Maybe you make a choice in personnel. You certainly trust and want to look toward your starters to be making the adjustments and settling things down. But for the DEA, for their starters to make this push is encouraging. Hopefully the bench can also find that energy, perhaps more on the defensive end, and join the battle as well. There's still 4 minutes here in the first, and obviously 24 in the second half to determine the winner of this one as we listen in.
So talking about how difficult it is to be in the play-in series, looking back on the history of the teams that move forward, despite advancing in the play-in series, all 3 teams that have participated have been swept in the semifinals. So the Taipei Taixing Mars last year swept by the new Taipei Kings. Taichung Suns against the CTBC DEA, where they won their first ever championship title, were swept. And back when T1 was first formed, the Taiwan Beer Hero Bears were swept by the Kaohsiung Aquas. So it's going to be tough on either teams, whoever advances onwards to play the Taorin Taiwan Beer Leopards. No look pass out to Su Sishren for the 3, too strong and too deep. So they call it on Gadifer's number 18. That's his second foul now.
Yeah, change of personnel for the new Taipei Kings, bringing in Austin Day. Maybe give Washburn the breather. I think the back and forth action and his scoring in the second quarter, contributions you can't ignore, but everybody needs a little bit of a break sometime.
6 seconds, Joseph Lin for the 3. Harris will pick it up. Back out to Su Sishren. He's going to try for the second time, and the second time is good. He cashes in the 3 after the called timeout. Su Sishren now with 6 points. Radovic trying to answer back. That goes around and out. Pass downwards to a Day. Here comes Su Sishren. Valiant effort, just couldn't finish.
Yeah, great read by Su Sishren. after the three, mainly tasked with guarding the big imports of their opponents, and he previously intercepted a few passes. That time correctly reading the open space which was under the basket, and taking a guard just means you have to make a move and score the basketball.
Susashen understandably frustrated. He missed that shot and he committed his first personal foul. DEA's got the possession at 15 seconds, and we got a couple of subs returning in. So Harris this time will get some rest as Washburn and Ryder Shung return to the game. Ryder subbing in early in the first quarter. He got an early three. Bashir back over out to the perimeter. Xie Yashuan for the three. Yes! Off the glass. Greases a cylinder.
Yeah, Xie Yashuan is a shooter that he sets his base with his right foot so much further ahead of his left foot. So when he's curling right, usually that means the defense has a better chance to close that gap down, but able to, on a leading shot, kind of make it. And now after a stop, here they go again.
They call offensive foul on, once again, Gaddafers. We saw some foul trouble early on in the last game. Bashir, he committed 3 fouls in the first quarter on Sunday. This time around, it's now on Gaddafers, so he will get some rest on the bench, possibly for the rest of the quarter.
The drag screen is such a tool in modern basketball, but in this case, I think part of it is the misalignment there between the ball handler, who cut just a beat too late. Because if you cut too late, then the screener is actually ahead of where the defender would have been.
Poetry in motion for Jalen Harris as he checks right back in. Got 12 points on the board. 2 players for Kings have scored in double digits. There's a turnover. Ryder Shun take advantage, and here comes Jason Washburn, bringing down a hammer and getting the roof on fire here at Xinjiang Gymnasium for the hometown crew.
Yeah, give credit to Lee Kai and Kyle for the physical defense out in Al-Bashir. Poked the ball loose first, poked it loose again, and Jason Washburn showing off just about a minute of rest was good enough for him. And the new Taipei Kings looking strong, not only winning the first quarter, but also taking back what's going on in the second quarter. They're looking great control of this ball game, trying to force one for tomorrow.
Yeah, the CTBC DEA, they managed to close the gap, only being behind by 4 points, but as you mentioned before, the Kings just pull away. And, you know, we talked about the DEA having a winning record over the Kings as we take a listen to Momir Ratkovic.
Let's play L down for them on 17. Marco, budi ovdje. Okay? You have Marco here for a shot, we have hit. Okay? We have 2 fouls.
So as I was saying, the DEA, they have a winning record 1-5 or 5-1 against the new Taipei Kings. But look, playoffs is a whole different beast in itself. The DEA, they missed their first time participating in the playoffs last season. As we always mentioned before, the new Taipei Kings, 2-time champions for different leagues at that. So again, Hong Su-san mentioning before the game, we're looking onto the experience of the champions before, Lee Kai-en as well as Joseph Lin, Washburn as well, and we're seeing it panning out right now. As a help defense with a kick out to Tordovich from up top. Yes, he sinks the 3.
Man, and what a pass from, I think that was Lewis. You know, Hong from underneath the basket, shooting it all the way out to the top of the arc.
Yeah, getting some unexpected minutes late in the season.
Just a common foul and some hugging afterwards.
no ill will there. So at number 12, Lewis came from the Kaohsiung Aquas through a trade. So in exchange, the Kaohsiung Aquas got Ayao. 1 minute, 20 seconds remain in the second quarter. Kings with 14 seconds. Ryder trying to find an opening. Forces it off to Washburn. Returns a favor. Ryder finding an opening. Ooh, bobbles outwards. That pass got intercepted.
Maybe some talcum powder needed. Not a bad idea because he did have an open shooter on that weak side after the Washburn-Harris ball screen. Another note about the new Taipei Kings, the season that they didn't win a title, they did make the final, so that's still winning 5 out of 6 series as we got a wrestling match underneath the basket off ball. I think both coaching staff reminded their players they had fouls to take, and
yes,
they're using them.
Yeah, we briefly heard Radkovic on the mic. They can afford it. They had 2 team fouls at the moment, and I like Su Zixuan's
headiness.
Yeah, in today's game.
Kind of looks like he was being fouled and being held first. But it's whoever the referee calls, not whoever initiates the action, as more personnel changes with a minute to go.
Day and Yenting return. So again, DEA managing to close the gap a couple of times in this quarter. They're only behind 6 points now. Off of Tordovic's screen. Xie Yaxuan makes the attempt at the three-point line, so he will be at the line for free throws. They call it on Li Kaiyan.
I think one thing that might be a little tough for the Kings to take is it appeared, as we see the replay, it may be on the release, so in some cases, you might get yourself saved and it be called a common foul and not a shooting foul. I guess that wasn't the case. So to give a good shooter 3 free throws is kind of tough with the clock winding down.
And still, Xie Yaxuan leads for the DEA in scoring. And he's in his bag tonight. He is 3 for 4 from out on the perimeter. Emmanuel Radovic behind Xie Yaxuan with 10 points.
Yeah, looking back on draft history, Xie Yaxuan in the same class as Lioneer Zhu Yinghao, both from Jinshin University. But Xie Yaxuan, I feel like has also worked on different elements of his game. The shooting is still elite, which is being featured here tonight.
And it certainly proves in history, Xie Yaxuan does have a title. They won it in 2023. That was where Momir Radkovic and Guanga at the time implemented Euroball into the system, bringing in a lot of Eastern European basketball players. 33 seconds on the clock. Joseph Lin dials in, gets voicemail.
I think we've run below 2-for-1 territory, but you still want a quality look. Even a 1-possession deficit is a win for the DEA.
Ooh, Radovic now will be at the line. He draws a foul off of what looks to be Harris. Now he's got himself in a little bit of foul trouble himself. That's his 3rd one.
And Harris trying to come down and off of her strip on the unsuspecting big man underneath, who's in a tough position, close to underneath the backboard against Su Zixuan. And it's actually going to become a chance for the DEA to bring on their defensive unit.
So this is Radovic's first season playing out in Taiwan, but he was former teammates with Marko Tordovic back in 2023 upwards to 2025, playing for UCAM Murcia out in Spain. So good team chemistry on the court. And again, DEA re-signing Bashir out from the B-League. They brought back Victor Gadifers. This is the second.
No point guards on the ball yet.
Clock is counting down. 8 seconds remain for the Kings to make a move to hold on to the lead. The floater does not count.
Yeah, the entire DEA bench was standing up trying to remind their guys that they had one more foul to take. As you see there exactly was the two-hand hold, so not necessarily this last reach. I think the referee was well on top of what the situation was, so good on everybody. But it still leaves 3.4 for the new Taipei Kings.
Still a lot of time. That's the DEA's last foul to give. Any more, it'll be free throws. So we're seeing the Kings in their typical line formation. Over to Day from the corner. Tough shot, and he gets nothing but air. A hard-fought quarter between the two teams. The new Taipei Kings managing to still hold on to that lead, but only by 2 points now. The current score, 47-45. We'll have a quick break before we take a look at the highlights, and we'll look at the halftime stats. But stay tuned for more TPBL. Don't go away.
On 5th May, the TPBL play-in begins. 2 teams. 1 playoff spot.
Guys, that's just really smart defense by Kyle.
Who will win to get in? Catch the TPBL play-in live on AXN Asia YouTube channel.
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot. That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
The Hunting Party on AXN.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
You are doing what you were meant to do.
We represent people on the worst day of their lives.
That hospital killed my boy.
Let us help you. We're going against the biggest firm in the state.
Mr. Baird, I look forward to some more friendly sparring.
His client is guilty of criminal conspiracy. Donnie Ray Black was murdered. They knew about it. They covered it up.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
The Rainmaker on AXN.
Terrorist on the loose in Sydney.
Bomb squad's 15 minutes out.
This thing will be over in 3. Back up! Fake name, criminal record.
The hell has Blue got herself into?
She's not a serial killer, is she? You signed up to a dating site. You're a catch, Sergeant.
Macca, forgot about the fact that I'm funny.
No, I didn't.
NCIS Sydney. New season Mondays. Only on AXN.
You've been selected to join an elite CIA FBI fusion cell. Special Agent Goodman, Colin Glass. You're a spy. Well, nothing gets past the feds, does it? We got work to do. Let me work outside the box and cut through the red tape. Think of me as a legal criminal.
I know I look like a Boy Scout, but I don't really trust anyone.
Those are the only people worth trusting.
CIA. Series premiere May 13th on AXN.
Have you ever told a lie?
Are you serious? Wasn't lying part of the job description of CIA?
My partner.
Can be a little by the book.
FBI, open up.
You guys work in the open, we work in the shadows.
We both do it to keep our country safe.
Exactly. Nice work, partner.
CIA. New series Wednesdays at 9:45. Only on AXN.
Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground.
taking a look at the first half of the highlights between the CTBC DEA and the new Taipei Kings. This is the play-in series game 2. A win for DEA will send them to the Group A series against the Tolerant Taiwan Beer Leopards, and a win for the Kings will force them to Game 3 tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's been a complete different story here on a midweek play-in game. The new Taipei Kings defensive strategy is to pack the paint, get more connected with each other, and they've actually shown a much better efforts denying the DEA, getting into their offense. I mentioned that they like to get a couple tic-tac-toe passes going on together, but in this game, many more deflections, 8 turnovers already, and that's leading the new Taipei Kings going on the fast break, like Jason Washburn, even the big man, gets to be the beneficiary of.
We'll take a look at the halftime stats very shortly as we have ourselves another break. Stay tuned for more TPBL.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
You are doing what you were meant to do.
We represent people on the worst day of their lives.
That hospital killed my boy.
Let us help you. We're going against the biggest firm in the state.
Mr. Baird, I look forward to some more friendly sparring.
His client is guilty of criminal conspiracy.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
全新影集《王牌律师赵宇仁》5月14日起 ，AXN 全台首播。
Looks like we have a prison break on our hands.
Making a break for it.
FBI!
This man's cold-blooded.
There's a 12-year-old girl being held captive by a violent murderer.
We cannot let her spiral into terror.
Everyone's stacked on the house.
He's been watching you.
Oh my God.
He locked us down here. 联邦调查局 FBI 就在 AXN。
我以为是我太小看梁延东，原来我要对付的根本不止他一个。
你又跟任飞瞒着我们吵什么？
你现在还相信警方能够好好处理这件事吗？
再不堪的事情，最后都会摊在阳光下。出动！
密曲第2章微光将近，5月9日起晚上9点 ，AXN 首播。
Is this the famous Rex?
他们将解答
Mind telling me what you're doing?
大家的疑问，
Rex just found the murder weapon.
同心协力
Rex, go!
全力以赴，只为破案。
He's starting to like me better than you.
Rex, is this true? You like her better than me? Is that right?
My handsome guy.
Don't get cocky now.
警犬妙探哈德逊与雷克斯就在 AXN。
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot. That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
狩猎游戏就在 AXN。
你是清洁社长哦。
哎，
不好意思，请你先冷静，可以告诉我现场状况吗？
啊，是有血啊，还有血肿啊！
都是这个。
那他这次回来是要接你的工作吗？
谁想要自己的孩子吃这种苦？
周6台剧盛宴《人生清理员》，星期6晚上9点 ，AXN 首播。
I've always.
Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground.
Taking a look at the halftime stats between CTBC DEA and the new Taipei Kings. From the field overall, relatively comparable. The new Taipei Kings making more field goal attempts. Now, in terms of three-point shooting, it's more leaning towards the new Taipei Kings at 39%, 7 for 18. Free throws, though, is what is really standing out right now between the two teams. The Kings have only made one free throw attempt. Now, unfortunately, didn't make that one. Whereas for the CTBC DEA, they have made 8 free throws out of their 10 attempts.
Yeah, the thing that starts to stand out to me is only 8 combined offensive rebounds, but it sure feels like in a high-stakes game that every one that they grab feels significant. But perception might not always be the truth. We'll see how things go in the second half.
New Taipei Kings choosing to play a Jalen Harris over Femi Olujobi, and it's paying off so far. Jalen Harris and Jason Washburn leading in scoring for the Kings, 12 points apiece. Whereas for the DEA, well, it's actually Xie Yaoshen, their local player. He's in his bag tonight, 18 points. Nemanja Radovic with 11, but we'll talk a little bit more about Victor Gadivers. He's at the bottom with only 3 points. So we'll talk a little bit more after another break in the game. We'll be right back.
Looks like we have a prison break on our hands.
Making a break for it.
FBI!
This man's cold-blooded.
There's a 12-year-old girl being held captive by a violent murderer.
We cannot let her spiral into terror. Everyone stack on the house.
He's been watching you.
Oh my God.
He locked us down here.
联邦调查局 FBI 就在 AXN。
我以为是我太小看梁延东，原来我要对付的根本不止他一个。
你又跟任飞瞒着我们吵什么？
你现在还相信警方能够好好处理这件事吗？
再不堪的事情，最后都会摊在阳光下。出动！
密曲第2章微光将近，5月9日起晚上9点 ，AXN 首播。
Is this the famous Rex?
他们将解答
Mind telling me what you're doing?
大家的疑问，
Rex just found the murder weapon.
同心协力，
Rex, go!
全力以赴，只为破案。
He's starting to like me better than you.
Rex, is this true? You like her better than me? Is that right?
My handsome guy.
Don't get cocky now.
警犬妙探哈德逊与雷克斯就在 AXN。
It's called the Pit. It's a classified prison. It's home to the most violent and dangerous criminals the world has ever known.
There's something more. Can you tell me why I'm actually here?
It was a jailbreak. Someone wanted those killers back out in the world.
How many got out?
A lot. That's why you're here. We need your help to catch them.
狩猎游戏就在 AXN。
你是清洁社啊？哎，
不好意思，请你先冷静，可以告诉我现场状况吗？
啊，是有血啊，还有血儿肿啊！
都是你！
那他这次回来是要接你的工作吗？
谁想要自己的孩子吃这种苦？
周六台剧盛宴《人生清理员》，星期6晚上9点 ，AXN 首播。
I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
You are doing what you were meant to do. We represent people on the worst day of their lives.
That hospital killed my boy.
Let us help you. We're going against the biggest firm in the state.
Mr. Baird, I look forward to some more friendly sparring.
His client is guilty of criminal conspiracy.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
全新影集《王牌律师赵宇仁》，5月14日起 ，AXN 全台首播。
Just watch me now. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now.
We're about to start off on the second half of the play-in series, DEA against the new Taipei Kings. Ryan, any particular players that are standing out or to look forward to in the second half?
Well, of course, if they're showing the highlights, we got to give a shout out to the new Taipei Kings, led by Jalen Harris and Jason Washburn. 24 points between the two. Very dynamic, but I also think we're going to give credit to Joseph Lin. He might only be 2 of 7 shooting the ball, but 4 assists and 0 turnovers. Like we talked about, trying to get involved with the offense the best way he knows he can from the point guard position as a facilitator. Meanwhile, on the DEA side, as we'll get to it, now we got to credit their top scorer is Xie Xuan, but besides him, the rest of the team only 2 of 14 from the outside. Will be very tough for the team to increase their scoring output if they can also pitch in at a average 3-point mark.
Taylor Chen and Ryan Chen presenting to you tonight's game. Now, you talk about 3-point shooting. Now, the CTBC DEA, they are last place in making those shots from the outside after all. Now, I wanted to talk about Victor Gadifers. He only got 3 points so far in the first half, whereas, like I mentioned before, he averages 19 points. But, you know, this is where we see the quick turnaround for the Kings. They adjusted really fast, forcing the import to make turnovers. And as you mentioned before, they were packing the paint and reacting really quick to his dribble drives. Joseph Lin from up top trying to get things started. Now for Joseph Lin, as you mentioned before, 4 assists with 0 turnovers. That's quite beneficial. And this is also to say that, you know, he's been a little bit streaky towards the end of the season. Not hitting his usual numbers. Assists, though, still very consistent. Again, he is 2nd overall in making assists in the season. Xie Xuan dials in for the 3-piece. 21 points for number 10. His season high this year was 25. So let's see if he can surpass that in this series.
Yeah, in a late clock situation. So you know his form, his confidence is great because that was kind of a loose ball situation.
Back over to Radovich. They force Lee Kai-yen to lose the ball. Xie Xuan coming through off the glass into the paint. He can't stop him.
Yeah, in transition, Al-Bashir might have drew some of the attention, but it looks like a great steal underneath helped give him the space he could to lay it up to increase the DEA lead to start the second half.
At this point, DEA ought to be optimizing Xie Xuan in his bag right now as Su Zixuan just off mark, trying to get the bank shot. Another possession for the DEA and Al-Bashir for the 3. Too deep, but Radovich picks up the rebound. They call it DEA still out of bounds. Kings made the last touch.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It was actually a little bit of a loose ball against Todorovic. And that's how you know you're going good. And so a little bit of an over pursuit by Joe on the perimeter, and Xie Xuan able to find some daylight underneath the basket for the lay-in.
Hook pass over to Todorovic. And they call the foul on Washburn. The blocking foul will give DEA another chance with 14 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for the new Taipei Kings. They actually had 2 defenders on the ball, and properly Su Zixuan, it looked like, peeled off and switched correctly, and yet a foul on the play. Only the first by the Kings.
Pocket pass over to Radovich. Tough one that just hits the iron ring. Harris with a crossover and floats in the 2-piece.
And he had defenders in front, on the side, and even one from behind, and still could not get Jalen Harris off the target.
Quick with it. Also represents the Jordanian national team in the World Cup qualifiers. He scored 42 points, nearly tying against the team that they went against. The score, I remember, it was 100-48. Kai-yen skip pass to Su Zixuan. In the first half, he scored 6 points. Here comes Joseph Lin. Charging at the baseline, reset out for the floater again. They are really liking that mid-range shot.
Yeah, and one key too is just like Joe in the first half. It's kind of that misdirection, then wide-range spin move for some space in the mid-range.
Bashir bobbing and weaving. We'll give it over to Tortovic. Big man against big man. And he comes through with it.
Yeah, DEA actually had a couple of close misses, ins and outs, so their offense is working much better here in the second half.
This is a stay that Tortovic and Radovic get the third quarter start. Gaudiver's in some foul trouble, committing his third towards the end. And again, going ISO, he'll be at the line. Washburn will have committed his third foul.
Take another look at this one as it was on the far side of the arena from us. And it was a very quick whistle too, so it's not like Washburn had all that much opportunity to really try to defend there. But we'll have to see it again on our replay. It's the second team foul. And like you said, Washburn's third, so 2 in this quarter. Shouldn't be enough to throw off their rotations. Austin Daye only played 8 minutes in the first half, much fewer than Harris's 19 and Washburn's 22 in the first half.
As we wait on for Tortovic's second free throw, the TPBL announced on Instagram a new rule that they added for this season's TPBL playoffs, in which the coaching staff is no longer allowed to present to the referees or the score tables, what would you say?
Video evidence?
Yes, video evidence.
To the contrary.
Joseph Lin, once again, back-to-back floaters. On cloud 9 there, Joseph Lin now with 9 points.
Yeah, they've been picking on Lingwei Han multiple times here in the second half.
Travel call, that's another one for the import players. Got caught with quite a few of those calls actually on Sunday, as we see Lin's last bucket. There's a switch defense on DEA, and Shea Ashran taking advantage back over to Al-Bashir to Radovic, and the tap in for Tortovic will drop. Close game right now. DEA just squeezing by with a lead, 55-53. Susustran from the corner. Poetry in motion. All threes for Susustran's stat line as Wei Han tries to answer back. That's just off mark. No rebound made by DEA. Pulling up, Jalen Harris for his floater. And they call basket interference.
Yeah, but on the offense, very unlucky, as Washburn probably was trying to gain his balance, and that's why he was grabbing at the rim, grabbing at the net. But that is, I think, by the rule books, the right call, as awkward as it looks.
Now we have our referee team for the playoffs, 15 of them total in rotation that we'll see. Under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Just like that, Kings 56-55. Tortovic going ISO against Jason Washburn with a hook, line, and sinker down the hatch.
You know, typically teams feed their big man with just a simple entry pass from the wing, but the DEA always want one side pick and roll, so it is a funny look to have your big man take his time after the fact, but the good left hand.
Stripped like paint thinner, Lingwei Han coming through for DEA, and here comes another three, intercepted, too short, but he picks up his own rebound. Radovic tried to take the leftovers. So no points converted there. Lin trying to shake off Lingwei Han, and the whistle comes for the and one. Joseph Lin will be at the line.
Yeah, I gotta imagine the DEA are pondering changes, because that is 3 times in this quarter alone that they've gone with Joseph Lin against Lingwei Han. And finishing it off with an and one is a sweet way to have the stoppage here at 6:04. And Austin Daye coming in.
Local fans here are cheering MVP to Joseph Lin. Again, as you mentioned, Ryan, not unfamiliar with playoffs. He's got titles from both leagues, respectively, and two different teams at that. One coupled with Taipei Fubon Braves, as well as the new Taipei Kings, obviously. And as I mentioned before, look, regular season is a whole other ball game compared to the playoffs. In the last two games, Joseph Lin was only averaging 2 points, but it's a different game here, quite literally, as he's back with it. 12 points on the board. Austin Day finding Joseph Lin, shaking off Wei Han. Here comes Lin Yanting left wide open, trying to make DEA pay, and Su Zishen will once again get the foul.
Now Todorovic, as we're seeing in person, incredible rebounder. Great nose for the basketball, and he's got good hands. So even if he only makes contact with one, pretty sure he's going to bring them together. And just that last loose ball foul, maybe giving the DEA a little bit of a break they need. Once again, down here in the second half.
Score now 59-57. We will be right back with more TPBL.
我以为是我太小看梁延东，原来我要对付的根本不止他一个。
你又跟任飞满种人吵什么？
你现在还相信警方能够好好处理这件事吗？
再不堪的事情，最后都会摊在阳光下。出动！
密曲第2章微光将近，5月9日起晚上9点 ，AXN 首播。
Is this the famous Rex?
他们将解答
Mind telling me what you're doing?
大家的疑问，
Rex just found the murder weapon.
同心协力，
Rex, go!
全力以赴，只为破案。
He's starting to like me better than you.
Rex, is this true? You like her better than me? Is that right?
My handsome guy.
Don't get cocky now.
警犬妙探哈德逊与雷克斯，就在 AXN。
AXN Sports giving you your dose of playoff basketball. Ryan and Taylor Chen presenting to you the play-in series Game 2 between DEA and the new Taipei Kings.
So far in the third quarter, Joseph Lin has been feasting. Perfect 3 for 3 from 2-point range, and then the and 1 free throw. To be fair to DEA's number 16, Lin Wei Han, he's the target of all these one-on-one attacks. He does have 2 steals, which led the DEA down court in some transition opportunities.
So the question for me would be if it'd be wiser to have a Bashir guard Joseph Lin as we come out of the timeout. Bashir off mark. Todorovic, no luck either. Bashir's been relatively quiet so far in this game, has only scored 6 points in the first half. Yenting getting it off the glass. The second time is a charm. Now the last game win the Kings have over DEA was dated all the way back in December 21st. That was where Bashir only scored 9 points. And as of right now, Xie Yashen is really the only local player contributing offensively, as here comes new Taipei Kings. Xie Yashen will get called the blocking foul.
You could feel it from the DEA side. Very frustrated for how their bigs are not having much luck underneath the basket. They believe to some excessive contact by the defense. Well, the Kings aren't going to apologize for it, as more changes for the DEA. Try to find a combination to get some scoring efficiency out there.
Gadifers returns to the court after Todorovic has played the majority of it. Just about 7 minutes at that. Gadifers guarding Harris with no avail. Harris unbothered.
One thing about Harris that's so incredible, he's got incredible touch even when he's got to jump in different directions or lean in different directions on these jumpers.
Baseline finish for Jianting Zhao.
Yeah, finally a DEA guard that's willing to stick his nose in there, force the issue, and maybe some guard play will draw the whistle instead of the bigs underneath.
Now the first time we're seeing TJ in the third quarter, and very efficient with his time. Gets a reverse lay-in and a chance at the line. Was a free agent pickup during the off-season. Now the last time the CTBC DEA, they were in the playoffs, they were forced to play a 5-game series against the Taipei Taixing Mars. That final game, Ryan and I briefly talked about it during our break. It was a very unfortunate game as half of them got hit with the flu. And Bashir, I remember at the time, was still playing with a fever. I know Jalonis was also playing pretty much only at 50% capacity. Su Sishren from the corner, too short. Under 4 minutes remaining, and Gattifers coming back in for good reason. Again, with those dribble drives, Kings don't seem to have a solution for him.
Yeah, it helps to be able to grab the defensive rebound and then attack in space for Gattiford and the DEA.
Kickball violation off of Gattiford's foot. So you see the finish by the Swede. Some subs coming in on both sides. Washburn, Cayenne, Ryder Xiang. And for the CTBC DEA, Lewis, number 12, returns to the court. Kings possession at 14 seconds. Intercepted. And DEA will get the last lap.
Yeah, very crowded inbound situation. Not a lot of movement by the Kings. Don't want to settle down here. They're only up by 1.
Risky pass, and here comes Radovic from the wing. Off mark.
Yeah, the DEA been cold 1 for 7 from the outside this quarter. Like we talked about, the beginning of the game seems to be tight.
This is help defense for Austin Dave, but Yenting will have no luck out in the perimeter either. Gattifers finding an opening in Radovic.
Man, Tay, clip that layup and put it in the basketball coaching's book, because that's the perfect Mikan layup if I've ever seen one.
Most definitely the whistle calls for Day.
Let's see
No,
it again.
correction. Slight delay in the game. Ling Wei Han will check back into the game.
I think Day's contesting it should be a shooting foul. Instead, it looks like it's Lee Cayenne going to be sidelined out of bounds.
So they call the foul on number 24, Jianting Zhao.
To be fair, Day did have the mismatch, so it might be expected that the referees are anticipating more aggressive defense, even if it might result in a foul.
Yenting, no look pass to Washburn, through the trap, and he lays it in, nothing but net.
Yeah, Washburn patient with it and physical with it. I think that's something that he's made an adjustment. He's toughening things out on the floor, and when you do that, find the space for the reverse layup.
That really helped in taking the lead in the first quarter for the Kings, and you see him kind of get revitalized a little bit there, but DEA, they get the score back up to 66-65 with a 1-point lead. Loses the ball, back over to DEA. Whistle comes though, game stoppage. They call it on Ling Wei-han.
Like we said, he had 2 steals on this quarter. As you see, Washburn just stay strong with it, hold the basketball tight away from the help defender, and eventually, when you're so close to the basket, might get an opportunity on the reverse.
Harris returns, as well as Bashir for Wei-han.
Well, Washburn dealing with something all the way down, back and forth in a couple of possessions.
Yeah, might have pulled his hamstring. You can see him kind of grimacing and holding on to his thigh. 8 seconds remain. Jalen Harris with the touch. Back over to Yenting. Misfire pass. He was trying to look for Cayenne, and here comes Bashir. Coast-to-coast finish. Just coming off of the bench there, and just like that, he's quick with transitioning back over to defense, trapping Cayenne, and back over to CTBC DEA it goes.
Yeah, the DEA going from a contest the shot, grab the rebound kind of defense to a very aggressive, try to go for steals, try to force the issue. See Al-Bashir returning on transition defense, and it turned to an opportune double team on the sidelines. And the now new Taipei Kings on the back foot, down by 3.
Su Zhen returns to the game for Cayenne. A couple of minutes onto the bench for Bashir. Turns out to be productive in the last couple of minutes in the third quarter. DEA currently leading the third 23-18. Gaddafers up against Su Zhen. That's the common matchup in their head-to-head series.
Man, I actually thought there might have been a mistake by Marko Todorovic, who ran into the space, which was the post up, and then at the same time, a whistle being called by Day, reaching down for it. I think Day admitting maybe there is a foul, but he'd like the same kind of treatment on the other end. So, in any ways, free throws for the DEA, and at least if you believe in momentum, you want to head into the fourth quarter with the lead, put the pressure on the other team. Though, I don't know if it really matters in this one. These two teams know each other well, and the intensity is ratcheted up all the way to 10 out of 10.
Most definitely. As we take a look at the new Taipei Kings bench players, not getting a single minute on the court today. And I don't expect them to show up anytime soon either. Gaddafers punches it. DEA 69, Kings 65.
Yeah, the Kings have turned it over 6 times in this quarter.
And there you have it. Al-Bashir tasked to guard Joseph Lin, and that goes halfway in and out. Tough break, but he gets the rebound. Austin Day from downtown gets the 3-piece.
Yeah, just because you luck out with Joseph Lin missing a floater doesn't mean you can't leave him for a block out, and Day the recipient of a second chance opportunity.
A huge relief, I'm sure, even for Austin Day. He finally made a 3. Took him 3 quarters to do it, but better late than never. 14 seconds of possession goes to Jalen Harris. Back-to-back 3s for the new Taipei Kings. But DEA quick to return back over to offense. Wall-to-wall, Lewis tries to finish up, and Jalen Harris with a solid effort, trying to get the logo shot before the end of the third quarter. The pendulum constantly swinging back and forth between these two teams, with the Kings leading by 1 point, 71-70. We'll be right back as we'll get into the fourth quarter of the play-in series, Game 2. Stay tuned for more TPBL.
水塘的小兵给我们新北国啦啦队 New Taipei Kings 来一个最大的尖叫声！谢谢我们女。
明日情节色狼啊！哎。
不好意思，请你先冷静，可以告诉我现场状况吗？
是不是有血啊？还有血肿啊！那他这次回来是要接你的工作吗？
谁想要自己的孩子吃这种苦？
周六台剧盛宴《人生清理员》，星期六晚上9点 ，AXN 首播。
I've always wanted.
You're watching TPBL powered by AXN Sports. Ryan Chen and Taylor Chen presenting to you Game 2 of the play-in series. High voltage third quarter we just witnessed earlier.
We talked about how momentum could be quarter to quarter. How about minute to minute? Remember, Lee Kai-in had that turnover on the sidelines. DEA up by 3 with another chance, yet the DEA on the other side missed a layup. And missed a layup again, and it turned into a Jalen Harris transition 3 to take the lead. That's how quick things can conspire on the court.
Yeah, Jalen Harris, Austin Day got his first 3, whereas for the DEA, they've really struggled from out the perimeter. They were only 1 for 7. Su Zishen with the rebound back over to Day, and here comes Ryder, set place in his spot, and he drains the 3 from the corner.
Yeah, well, was a pretty good effort by the DEA to collapse the defense in the right spot, as TJ in a lot of pain holding that right arm. It looks already swollen.
Yeah, I mean, he's been bandaged up like that even from Sunday, so whatever he did has caused it to be even further irritated. And you're right, it does look quite swollen as he walks off the court. A bit of a moment for both sides. So might have... Could be a dislocation.
Sure, hope that's not the case. Hopefully, ideally it's just a stinger that hurts a lot but is not actually injured. A couple of layups in the third quarter gave the DA a little bit of a spark by TJ.
For the DEA, it's the starting 5 besides Marko Tordovic. Radovic will be coming off the bench as Xie Yashuan for the 3 is off. Kings will get the rebound. Unwise pass by Su Zishen, trying to find Austin Day for the rim runner as Al-Bashir's 3 goes upwards and out. Out of bounds, it is DEA. Joseph Lin with a final touch.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, and we'll say it again, DEA, besides Xie Yashuan, who did miss a 3 himself, seemed to be a little bit tight out there, so those shots not falling, but it will be a lot of long rebounds, and hopefully everyone stays healthy because we want to see him play in this play-in series and in the upcoming playoff.
Tordovic and Wei Han with the touches. 4 seconds remain, and shaking off Ryder Shang. Wei Han has a no answer. Tordovic draws a foul.
Well, that's an interesting way to go if they're trying to go the a la the Houston Rockets and try to go for every offensive rebound, create more fouls, as right now Day and Sushi need a little bit of help getting those long rebounds.
Jalen Harris now with 4 personal fouls. Kings with 1 team foul, none for DA as of yet. 6 seconds, there's the side swing pass over to Tordovic from up top. He has yet to make a 3 so far in the game. Check that, he is 1 for 3, now 1 for 4. Jab, and again the floater is in. Again, that's his sweet spot lately. Joseph Lin now with 14 points.
Yeah, DEA thinking they could run drop coverage on Joe, who's, at least in the short term, not as prolific as a three-point shooter, but they paid for it. Another rebounding foul. This time it was Gaddaford's, it looks like, getting an advantageous position.
That's going to be Su Shen Sushi's 4th foul, as Radovic awaits to get subbed in. The Kings had upwards of a 14-point lead in the game. And again, these last couple of quarters, it's been really close between the two teams, as Xie Yashen will get his first bucket in the 4th. And just like that, he's tied with his season high of 25 points. But pass back to Day. Conducting traffic, and that pass goes far beyond Ryder Shung's reach. Well,
that was because Xie Yashen smartly anticipated that wing to corner swing.
Yep.
Hit it out of bounds, and because they had Austin Day, Han Lingwei Han on the other side.
And again, Ryder Shung, he's often tasked to just be parked or placed in the corner. Su Shen his shot is a little bit too off to the left. Here's Yashen with the attempt. Back over to Kings.
Yeah, good pursuit defensively, and then this time they crash the rebound. Get the stop, trying to expand on this lead.
Double team on Joseph Lin. And Gaddaford tries to intercept the pass that's supposed to go to Day. Kings still with possession at 10 seconds.
Yeah, they haven't seen a lot of Harris on ball in the 4th quarter.
Back over to Lin with a kick out, back over to Ryder Shung. Once again to beat the clock at that.
Yeah, major mistake by the DEA to defend Sushi in the wing, but leave Ryder in the corner.
Kings with the biggest lead in the second half to date. To count, Gaddaford is getting the 2-piece. Over to Su Shen for the 3. They let it fly from out the perimeter. The new Taipei Kings, in the second half alone, they are 50% from out the perimeter. Gaddaford, or check that, Radovic is on the floor.
Let's see who was the foul on, as you see Joe pump out a pass, but Lingwei Han close out to the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Should just let Su Shen at least on the wing shoot, but once he sees one go through the cylinder, getting some confidence and a much easier shot from the corner.
So CTBC, DEA still showing that they're struggling from out the perimeter in the second. As I mentioned, the new Taipei Kings in their second half. For the DEA, well, they are 1 for 12. So a slow start for the first quarter, and them really struggling out in the perimeter. Well, will that come to bite them in the end? We shall see. Radovic at the line. 82-75.
Yeah, and when the DEA are settling from the outside, they're making it easy for the Kings, who have rejected the DEA, whether on a drive or whether on a possession close to the basket. So that's a puzzle piece that they'll have to scheme out of their offense, I suppose.
Pretty consistent free throw shooter, 84% at that, but he misses a second. And Jason Washburn Checks back into the game for Austin Day. And here comes the alley-oop for Jalen Harris. Goes high up and down hard. And Joseph Lin will get the credit for the assist. That dime dish is now Lin's 7th assist tonight.
Yeah, one of the rare times in the second half that the DEA have gone to a zone, and the new Taipei Kings kind of taking a page out of what the DEA were doing. Just a little bit of double mid penetration with Joe on ball, Washburn off ball, and then the defense not paying attention to the weak side cutter. Kind of a free 2 points when you have such athleticism as Harris does.
Radovich for the contested three. Jalen Harris now with 21 points on the board.
They're going to try it again.
He waits from the corner. Joseph Lin with possession. Dribble drive, skip pass over to Washburn. Bobbles it, but Radovich will get called the foul. That's going to be his second one.
Yeah, even if it's not a great look with Washburn so close to the sideline, making the DEA think that they need to cover the middle, especially with Joe, kind of like with a probing dribble drive there. Now they're back in man, the DEA is.
From the baseline, Joseph Lin will find Su Shen. Behind the back pass, Washburn's shot too strong. Putting him in the spins. Here's the coast-to-coast finish for El-Bashir Gadiaga. He's on the floor. Looked like he got hit on the noggin.
What an incredible pass down court by Lingwei Han after avoiding the defender with the spin move. And the DEA have a little bit of life after a hard-fought stop and a transition attack.
Current score now 84-77. We'll be right back with our first timeout in the fourth.
Looks like we have a prison break on our hands.
Making a break for it.
This man's cold-blooded.
There's a 12-year-old girl being held captive by a violent murderer.
We cannot let her spiral into terror. Everyone stack on the house.
He's been watching you.
Oh my God.
He locked us down here.
联邦调查局 FBI 就在 AXN。
我以为是我太小看梁延东，原来我要对付的根本不止他一个。
你又跟任飞瞒着我们查什么？
你现在还相信警方能够好好处理这件事吗？
再不堪的事情，最后都会摊在阳光下。出动！
密曲第2章微光将近，5月9日起晚上9点 ，AXN 首播。
非常可爱的小朋友。Hello， 上镜头的你们 ，Hello， 小朋友们，跟我们大荧幕挥挥手。待会儿也需要有机器人员支持我们的定位。
We're nearing the end of the play-in series game 2. Ryan Chen and Taylor Chen presenting to you tonight's game live at Xinjiang Gymnasium. This is the new Taipei Kings' homestand. If they win tonight, they will force a game 3 tomorrow evening. That'll be CTBC DEA home court. Now, don't forget, they do share this home court. So this is what we like to say the inner city series. The Kings with a lead, 84-77. There's the skip pass over to Jason Washburn. Found the pocket. Joseph Lin now with 8 assists.
At that time, the new Taipei Kings with great patience getting the ball from left to right. Jason Washburn rolling down to the basket just at the opportune time, and like you mentioned, a great pocket pass.
Laser outward to Xie Yaxin for the 3, splash zone at the wing. And just like that, he surpasses season high. It's now 28 points.
Yeah, the first made 3 by the DEA here in the fourth quarter. Desperately needed Now they're only down by 6, but New Taipei Kings with 13 on their side.
Just shy, but Jalen Harris picks up the rebound. DEA too slow to get the rebound, and still Kings ball. Wei Han with the last touch.
When the New Taipei Kings make 13 or more threes as they have tonight, they have a record of 11 wins and 5 losses. That's not too shabby.
Not too bad at all. And to kind of bounce off of that, Al-Bashir, he's got 10 points. Not to say that's bad, but as I mentioned before, the Kings' first and only win against the DEA, that was when Bashir only scored 9 points in that game. So when you don't have your main point of offense, well, you're going to have Joseph Lin dialing it up here at Jingdong Gymnasium.
With that 3, that puts him at 14 points on the game, the 3rd leading scorer. And just as I said, they had a 2-possession lead. Well, Joseph Lin getting us to another stoppage in quick succession.
This is a first 3 made in the final quarter, and they are in their bag from out in the perimeter. They are 4 for 5, 80% now. Again, DEA, they're struggling. 1 for 7. Let's take a listen to the coaches.
Victor. If we cannot receive the ball, go there, put the ball on Victor. This guy. I want spacing. Same like before. Bashi, here. Yashen, you will come off the screen. You will go here. Marco, go up. Wei Han here. Put the ball. Again, same, okay? They come here. Look for this side, look for Marco, look for one-on-one. Hey, 3 fouls. Let's be more physical. Let's be more physical. No, you said we immediately put the ball inside. Immediate. Joshin! I'm hey. AD, we go dribble. Go. Dribble to right. Get it.
5 minutes, 13 seconds remain in the final quarter for the Game 2 series. Momir Rakovic again emphasizing they got a lot of fouls to give, and to play physical on defense, they can afford it.
And I feel like they really need to, because the New Taipei Kings, 7 for 12 shooting the basketball, not even going to the line once here in the 4th quarter. So their offense has been able to find their opportunities, be able to free flow with that shot, and they're shooting at a good enough percentage to have this 3-possession lead.
Going in tough, Gaddafers having to reset as Wei Han will get the 3. Found the pot of gold over that rainbow. Still got some work to do. The score is now 89-83 as we have Jalen Harris with the curl in, too short. Wei Han coming through faster than when Quick got ready. Outwards to Bashir. Bashir ready. Fires away, but misses. Tortovic short of the shot. They were trying to buy a foul call.
I feel like that needs to be an adjustment by Marco. If they're not going to whistle for you, you need to take your time, set your feet, square your shoulders, and go for the actual score. Not worry about the physicality.
Harris dribble drive in. There's the foul call. Tortovic will now get his 2nd one.
Yeah, in the previous possession, it took so much defensive effort for the DEA to get in front of the New Taipei King driving to the basket. This time, Harris had his one-on-one, 1 jab, and then 1 drive to draw the whistle. Give everybody a breather.
Again, this is where we're looking at the New Taipei Kings with playoff caliber and championship caliber experience. There's 9 Kings players returning from last season, including Lee Kai-yen, JJ, from all the way in the first year of the franchise's existence. They also just recently celebrated their 5-year anniversary. Speaking of which, Kai-yen returns to the game and was the finals MVP of their first ever title. Kings still holding on to the lead, poked out of bounds, still DEA. And Jalen Harris calls for the challenge, our first challenge call at that tonight. And Hongzhisan obliges. We'll take a look at the IRS very shortly.
Yeah, the DEA were taking that possession way too casually. Harris looked like the intended receiver on that particular play as the defender. You can't let your mental focus go down in the crunch time here, approaching 4 minutes left in the ball game.
I think casual is a very appropriate way of saying it. I mean, we swing back over to what Momir was saying. You know, you got fouls to give. We got to play physical against New Taipei Kings, especially while they've scored already 20 points in the fourth quarter. So the referees are asking for a different POV. So we're looking at the baseline camera view.
Yeah, it's tricky because it's not only the first deflection by Harris, it's also this follow-up where they put their hands together.
So they're asking for another viewpoint. There's the first, as Ryan mentioned.
And see, the trick is there's 3 hands involved. Yaxuan, right hand and left hand. And it's a deflection of the ball going more out of bounds than going back to Lingwei Han. But one of the key is Yaxuan's hands are a little higher. Harris's hands look to be a little bit lower where the ball was shooting out, it appeared. It's tough, though.
You know what? I've kind of adopted what you said with me on the broadcast in EASL. If it's a 50-50 call, the call will most likely remain unchanged. But we take a look at the frozen picture here. They're still taking a lot of time on this. Again, play in series so important. So
I like the communication that they had here to have the broadcast crew stop it in certain frames.
Yes.
And also communicate they want to see it in a slower motion too. And the context clues really has to be there's 2 hands by the offensive player and 1 hand by the defensive player in the vicinity.
Credit goes to the referees because from, again, our perspective, it was too tough to really make the change in the call, but as we saw earlier, they made that decision, and it's probably the right call after all. Su Shen swinging back over. Off the screen, Harris return the favor, and here comes Joseph Lin from the parking lot. Ooh, in and out. Looked good until it's hit and back over to DEA. Still trailing behind. And Xie Yaxuan pulls the trigger off mark.
Not a bad look for either team. I think Austin Day has really embraced that between the legs handoff. And Joe, despite starting with the ball, ended up the open shooter. How about from the corner?
Missile hits the target. That one is gonna hurt. Score now is 94-83. That's a huge bucket for the new Taipei Kings, particularly for Joseph Lin. He's rounded it upwards to 20 points tonight. He is 3 for 7 out in the perimeter, and again, his touches are so important. He's got 9 assists now.
I think we talked about it in the beginning of the broadcast as we listen in first, the DEA huddle.
Let's play here.
I will go farther. It's all sweet. I'm going to instant farther. But hey, Susie, hold up, no back. Send to middle and take. Okay, go. Pick up 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, guys.
Three minutes and 18 seconds remain in the fourth quarter.
one thing that was the DEA's advantage in their head-to-heads against the new Taipei Kings, they were able to corral the dribble penetration, but on especially that last possession, Li Wei-Han already got passed up as Joe was bringing the ball across half court. So it was already a 5-on-4 through that possession. Joe just followed his natural momentum to the corner, open three, and a double-digit lead with only 3 minutes to go.
So the question now is, will DEA just not necessarily let go of this game, but are they already preparing for tomorrow's matchup? Wei-Han dials in and he gets the answer coming out of the timeout.
I'd have to argue you want to go for any and every single victory, even if you're down by no matter what margin in these playoff situation games. Because for the new Taipei Kings, we could say if they gave up on Sunday's game, that means you got to win 2 anyways. Well, doing it the hard way on a back-to-back doesn't seem ideal.
Definitely not ideal.
Playing good now. Let's see if the DEA can tighten up that defense, especially on the perimeter, but it's zoned for now.
Su Zixuan attempting once again at the wing, popped out of bounds. It is DEA's ball.
That time they correctly guarded the more accurate shooter on the outside. Su Zixuan, don't hate that take though. He's already made some on this game. It's a make and miss league sport. Make or miss sport, I should say.
Tonight he is 4 for 8. Making those threes. 94, 86. Wei-Han downhill to Radovic, taking advantage of the mismatch in size, but couldn't convert points there. Bashir with the touch. Fighting through for the bucket. Marko Tordovic with the size. He gets a rebound to Wei-Han off mark.
In this game and in Sunday, the DEA have been the better rebounding team, but the Kings have been hanging on in this one.
Definitely a very different game tonight as Tordovic will get called the foul, third one.
You might have heard that Venti in the new Taipei Kings timeout was saying that they're going to all switch. Well, the DEA kind of have to adopt the same strategy just so they don't leave any open shooters. Well, that task is going to be a little harder with Ryder Shung coming in for Kyle.
The new Taipei Kings draft pick already getting quite a few minutes in the play-in series. And he's showing to be quite useful on the court. He is 3 for 4, 9 points tonight. Expect him locked and loaded, ready to make a shot from the corner, as you see, and the ball gets loose. Joseph Lin saves it, trying to beat the clock. Wow! Making the impossible possible with a 3. He lets it fly, and it falls through the hoop, and unbelievable for the fans and for us to witness.
That's just so unfair to be so talented out there on the floor. Make incredible shot here in a elimination game situation, and he's the coolest cat in the gymnasium. Take another look at Xie Ashun, great effort, and even got a little bit of help from the backside defense, and yet Joe found a way. Let's see if he shoots this with his right hand, or it's the right hand.
That's the right hand.
It's just a really long floater. He's made thousands of these over his lifetime.
Oh my goodness.
Just 40 feet instead of like 10 feet.
Unfazed, as you mentioned before, he's the coolest and calmest on the court for the new Taipei Kings. And again, most of his shots tonight were really made from his mid-range floaters, but that was beyond, as maybe we'll take a listen to the coaching staff on both sides.
Let's go, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
One huge key for the new Taipei Kings here in the fourth. Only one team turnover. As you heard Venti once again remind everyone, they're in all switch, just want to contest the shot. You don't have to get these stops, but contest the shot, go for the rebound, and then whether a shot made, field goal or not, control the basketball, let the clock bleed out. you know, the DEA have been playing pressure defense even in their zone, and they ended up paying for it a couple times.
A minute and a half. Time is dwindling down for the DEA as Tvrdovic pulls the trigger for the three. He's only made one tonight. Bashir with the touch, 11 seconds. Ice cold though for DEA. That's the second attempt from Tvrdovic, and time is dwindling as I mentioned. So the stoppage in the clock. We'll see what goes on.
It appears to be the New Taipei Kings rebounding foul, and considering so many long-range rebounds, you almost expect a lot of bodies to be flying all over the place. Hopefully nothing egregious, and just this is the referees going to the monitor themselves. A chance for both teams to catch their breath. Although I'm pretty sure the DEA's heart rate is racing in the 200s the way they're missing all these threes.
Absolutely. This is our second review of the IRS in the second half. So referees initially call for the pushing foul.
And I think they're seeing exactly what they initially called. I think it just looks worse because he was pushed into another player and took the tumble.
Just the slightest push though.
Oh, there was a lot of pushing on other rebounds too.
Yeah, we've seen way worse. Most definitely, as they'll keep it as a standard foul for Austin Day. That will be his third one.
And if you believe, it does not send the DEA to the free throw line either, so it's almost a good foul. Let more time come off the clock, especially if they're going to miss from the outside. It seems like 2 points was not even under consideration for the DEA. Kind of at this point, you need to take any score you can and then have the Kings make an offensive mistake.
14 seconds on the clock. The kick out over to Tvrdovic, and here's Al-Bashir driving inwards for his floater, trying to imitate Joseph Lin. And they're going to call an offensive foul, a pushing one at that. On number 19, Tvrdovic's fourth one now.
Yeah, going for the rebound himself, and it won't result in the New Taipei Kings going to the line because it's only the DEA's fourth as a team. But regardless, desperation times now with only 1:06 left on the clock. I think give a lot of credit to the New Taipei Kings. Even in their all-switch defense, they've put up okay contest on these shots, and they just need to hang in there a little bit. Grab one key rebound is all it feels like it needs.
Definitely.
Because at this point, the DEA have to be in fouling mode.
Is a complete 180 switch from a Sunday night's match between the two teams. Again, DEA won by 24 points, and it really started all the way back in the first quarter. A very slow start. It just remained so for the New Taipei Kings. But again, we're seeing championship caliber experience in the playoffs. Now, we looked at the playoff stats for Joseph Lin last year. He was only averaging 10 points in the 7 games that the New Taipei Kings have played. But just in this game alone, well, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists for New Taipei Kings is number 1. And Jalen Harris tonight, 23 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Yeah, like I said, he started the game off as the facilitator, made a 3 at some point in the game, and then found the confidence pitching in 11 of the New Taipei Kings' 26 points versus the DEA's just 16 here in the 4th and final quarter. What's only a couple points more than their slow start in the first. So, especially when the 12 minutes on every quarter, there's so many chances for ebbs and flows.
DEA running full court, intercepted, back over to DEA. Here's Gata first. To Lewis, bobbles it. Here's Radovic with a trap, too short. And a late call made.
Excuse the language, but like I said, one defensive rebound despite the turnover, and it seems like the DEA have kind of flustered themselves into this low shooting percentage here in the fourth quarter.
Now they've been held down. Well, it's not even being held down, but they're just only scored 16 points in the fourth quarter from the field overall. Has been, as you mentioned, Ryan, a real struggle. 24% from the field overall in the last quarter here. As they just were never able to pull through, as what we saw in the third quarter. A lot of momentum swinging just within the minutes. Day makes his first free throw. A lot was on the line because this could have been Austin Day's last game professionally. Again, this is his retirement year. He'll be done playing professional ball after this season. JJ Jianyouze, a New Taipei Kings OG, checks into the game for the very first time. We have ourselves another timeout called by Momir Radkovic. Current score 99-86.
At halftime, we talked about how the New Taipei Kings had a higher three-point percentage. They both attempted 18 three-pointers, the Kings having made just a couple more. So on its face, yes, 2 more equals 6 points, but it's not exactly on a bigger or smaller sample size. Well, here in the second half, the DEA have been absolutely freezing cold. 4 for 22 from the outside, and despite them being in control of the basketball, only 2 turnovers, as we said in the first half. That was kind of fueling the New Taipei Kings' fast break attack. And I think with 52 seconds left and a little bit of a runway for us to start thinking about tomorrow's matchup, the one-day turnaround will be a lot. Wonder if there possibly will be an import change for both teams as well, because the New Taipei Kings will be playing a lot of games in a short stretch as some of the bench also emptied out.
Particularly with DEA, how they've been shooting from out in the perimeter as Jian Pingzhao tries to pick up the 3. Overall, they were 9 for 40 attempts from out in the perimeter. That's a pretty high rate, and despite that, they really fell behind, and that was actually why that they signed import player Bo Beach. He is quite a consistent shooter, hitting 38% of those shots. Austin Day for the 3. Good night. Puts the CTBC DEA to bed in the last 20 seconds left in regulation. Bench has been cleared on both sides. That goes behind the backboard. Back to the Kings it goes. And we have the courtside fans and some of the fans overall on their feet already celebrating this game win. As we get wrapped up, the coaches exchanging handshakes. And as we mentioned before, their backs against the wall. The New Taipei Kings, though, will fight back, and they fought hard tonight as the final score, there you see it, 102-86.
Yeah, at some point on Sunday, watching and observing the game, it seems like the New Taipei Kings didn't have the mental wherewithal, didn't have the physicality and toughness. Well, today they brought it, and toward the end of the game, they can go to their closers between Harris and, of course, now turning into a New Taipei King hero is Joseph Lin, turning around the naysayers from a couple of understandably struggling kind of performances if you just look at the box score. But one night doesn't make the man. The New Taipei Kings will get another crack at the TPBL playoffs tomorrow night with a winner-take-all game. How exciting.
Very exciting stuff, and you know, we talked about a couple of other players. Joseph Lin, really have to emphasize the fact that he was just so cool, calm, collected, as we have, as again, the next game to look forward to at another 7 o'clock tip-off. This time it'll be the New Taipei CTBC DEA's home court. But swinging back over Joseph Lin, it was a gradual performance for him to where at the end he's really the player of the game, but we also have to give credit to Jalen Harris being switched out in replacement of Femi Olujobi. As we take a look at the oncoming games, also Group B will start first at Taichung Intercontinental Gymnasium, as maybe we'll take a listen to the interview conducted by our Mandarin broadcaster.
去给对方很大的压力，来谈一下。对啊，就是这是 winner go home， 所以也没有别的选择，就是 we gotta fight with all our heart and honestly do it for AD。哇哦，真的，哎，再给苏伟一个掌声。明天还有一场重要的比赛，不过我想问一下苏伟哦，在今天这个没有退路的比赛。 你为什么能够打出这么好的表现？尤其最后剩下1分多钟那个3分球，到底怎么投进的？大家都知道我是抛投，所以有时候就是会logo 抛投啊。哎，我们的球评小胡开玩笑说，下个赛季的国王如果要办中场游戏的话，能不能把苏伟这个影片放一下，用非惯用手能够投进3分球，这实在太不可思议了。不过。 如何为明天的比赛来做准备？因为你们只有24小时的时间休息。
And how will they prepare for tomorrow night's game? This is the quickest turnaround for the play-in series.
哎，大家知道明天在哪里打比赛了？和平哦，不要跑错地方。
And we do have a location change after all. It will be at Heping Gymnasium, so it's a quick correction. But there you have it, tonight's player of the game. Again, championship caliber experience for the new Taipei Kings here. And I want to give credit also to Ryder Sheng. He came off the bench, he scored 9 points, 3 for 4. And again, we're really seeing the new Taipei Kings' resilience and experience on the court.
Yeah, but they're going to have to bring it because there will be 4 games in 5 days if they want to make it to the next round to face the #1 team in the regular season. If you're asking me about the DEA, they got to fix that point of attack defense, whether it's Joe, whether it's Jalen Harris. Too much dribble penetration, kicking out to shooters who, look, you can't hold them down forever. The new Taipei Kings have championship pedigree.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned before, Ryan, maybe we'll see a switch up in the import roster, particularly for the CTBC DEA. But that's about it for us. Ryan, it's been a pleasure to call our first ever TPBL game together in history. And that's it for us tonight. We thank you so much for tuning into our first TPBL playoff game. And we'll catch you at the next one. Take care, folks.
That's just really smart defense by Kyle.
Just watch me